Next, let's queer up gay culture. Daddyland circuit party evicted amid Kamala Harris's sorority complaints in Dallas. Recently, hundreds of attendees of the popular Daddyland circuit party were ejected from their downtown Dallas hotel following complaints from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority sisters. But do you know who else was associated with the sorority? It is none other than Vice President Kamala Harris. Both groups coincidentally booked into the same hotel clashed over behavior in public areas. The incident began last Friday when members of the AKA sorority attending their biennial convention, where Harris gave a keynote address, found themselves sharing the Crowne Plaza Downtown Dallas hotel with Daddyland Festival attendees. Hotel management reported that the circuit party, quote, went to hell after the Friday night kickoff. By Saturday afternoon, notices were sent to Daddyland attendees, giving them just 2 hours to vacate the premises. The hotel owner said, quote, the last time they were perfect. This time it went to hell, end quote. He, however, insisted the eviction was not related to homophobia. One Daddyland attendee noted that there was no ill will, as sorority members and circuit partiers even complimented each other's outfits. Another attendee, Kevin Sohrabi, pointed out a double standard. Quote, a pool party had women in bikini tops and bottoms walking through the lobby, and nobody seemed to care. But gay men in short shorts and tank tops led to a mass eviction, end quote. Now, what I'm about to say is not reported. I just saw this on social media. It could be true, it could be false. I also heard that there were reports of people G'd out on drugs, passed out in elevators, acting a fool in the hotel, and it wasn't the AKAs. So maybe the attendees of this event need to look at themselves in the mirror. I'm not saying this is true, but if it is true, maybe look at yourself in the mirror. Understand where your actions could have caused you to be evicted, because they want your business. They want the returning business. They loved you last year, and this year maybe something happened. I don't think it was because the AKAs were attending, because the AKAs can also get buck wild too. But there are some things going around on the interwebs saying that y'all did a little bit more than walking around in tank tops.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm thinking about gay days, right? So for gay days, I stay at the Bear Hotel. I love to stay at the Bear Hotel. It's a lot of fun, right? Mm-hmm. And so when we stayed there this last time, right, I was wondering, I was like, oh, I wonder if a family's going to come up. How does that work, right? Because again, this is the Bears Hotel. That means there's bears everywhere. They're in very little clothing. They're dressed, but there's very little clothing, and there's people partying and having a great time, right? Mm-hmm. VIP means open bar, right? So people are having a great time overnight. And they're adults, and they know how to take care of themselves and all that kind of stuff, right? But so I wondered, and I asked the front desk person, and they're like, no, we're very meticulous and detailed about letting people know that if there are rooms available, that this is what's going on this weekend, right? And then it's up to you, and then we even give them a discount to get a hotel some other time. Ooh. So I really do believe that this is unfortunately, it's the Crowne Plaza's fault. At the end of the day, I mean, again, adults should not be running amok. Right. But, these are two considerably very different organizations using the hotel for different things, right? And they should be allowed to have the whole hotel to themselves, And unfortunately, a miscommunication happened there somewhere, and that's why we're hearing about it now.
Well, my husband is a gay father, and way back in the early days of the Gay Fathers group, there was a convention, and he remembers that it was, mostly at that point it was a lot of men. There were some women, it was mostly male gay fathers, and he remembered being at a hotel at a convention, and there also happened to be a Christian group convention with their families. Ooh, and the elevator door opened. Oh boy. And there were some gay men standing in the elevator, and the little kid was like running towards the elevator, and the parent kind of grabbed the kid and said, "Oh, it's okay. We'll wait. We'll take the next elevator." But again, it's like you said, alerting the other groups. Everybody should know who's going to be there at that time.
Yeah, you're in charge of your kid. Of course you're in charge. Your kid is your problem. You got knocked up. That's your kid, all right? But right, the family should also be able to walk into a lobby without seeing a bunch of naked dudes all G'd out, Yes. So
we should be able to coexist.
How do we make everybody happy? Exactly. Christopher, what do you think?
That's what I believe. We should be able to coexist, and I agree with you that the hotel has a responsibility to let everybody know the different things that are going on, so they can act accordingly or do what they need to do.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between an LGBTQ plus convention or a bear convention, right? And a sorority. you know, or a softball group, or even, you know, gay fathers, right? It's just very different in who, know your audience. How about that?
Yeah.
Right? And the surprising thing is that this is Crowne Plaza downtown, and the Crowne Plaza that I told you about, the hotel that I told you about in Orlando was also a Crowne Plaza, you know? So things happen, right? Miscommunications happen. And just like Christopher said, we should all be able to just coexist and be fine with other organizations at a hotel. You know, we should also be adults and know how to act.
Because I don't like family friendly at all. I'm actually going on a cruise in a couple of weeks, a Virgin.
Yay, Virgin.
Yes,
No kids.
Virgin.
We were on
no
Virgin,
kids.
yes.
Yeah, but like I don't like kids at all. but and however, we need to understand which venues allow us to like be like whole out and which ones need holes covered up. So like let's act accordingly. There are venues where being G'd out in the elevator is perfectly fine. Trust me, I know them. But this one wasn't that. So let's make it a point to find venues that do allow your hole to be out. You can easily find one of those venues down in Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, at the gathering, you actually can go
Hell,
at the
come to
gathering.
the gathering.
See, you
Do
got
it at the
that?
gathering,
You
son.
like that? I
And then
got you.
And then you come to my trivia on Wednesday night. You can wear whatever you want. Just don't touch me. Come on now.
And they have a bathhouse there and
They
everything.
do have a bathhouse.
See, gathering.
Very
Say
familiar.
thank you for your commercial.
You're welcome, David. Hello.